Welcome to AlphaCars and Ural of New England. Today we're showcasing two new Ural gear ups. This Terracotta Metallic Orange is a 2024 model, and the Slate Gray is a 2025 model. As far as manufacturing goes, the 2024 and 5 model years are pretty much the same, but these two bikes are optioned differently, which we will talk about in this video when we get into the factory options. And the Slate Gray here, this one is sold. It's going to be delivered shortly to its new owner. But the Terracotta Metallic does still need a home. This is available at the date of this video posting. And if you're maybe viewing this video in the future, you can still check if it's available or not by clicking the link in the description. You can view even a bunch of nice high resolution detailed images of the bike as well. And even if both of these bikes are sold by the time you watch this video, well, we have a showroom full of Urals as well as new Royal Enfield motorcycles. And we have some very nice four-wheeled vehicles as well if you just take a look on our website, alphacars.com. But in this video, we're gonna get to know these two bikes. We're gonna sort of compare and contrast, switch between them, and learn about some of the standout features and specifications, and find out just what a Ural motorcycle is. And we do offer transportation as well. So even if you're across the country, we have many happy customers that we've only shipped bikes to. So still give us a call, send us an email, and we can go over the transportation with you. We have many shipping partners, and we make the process very easy. But now with all that being said, let's dive into these two Ural motorcycles. Let's start out by doing a walk around of the bikes, and I'll talk a little bit about what a Ural motorcycle is. Well, it is a sidecar motorcycle, which is obvious by looking at them, and they come right from the factory with a sidecar. They're actually unsafe to ride without the sidecar. They're not designed to be split apart due to the frame geometry, the front suspension design as well, and the tires that are fitted to them. That goes for the gear up specifically. And they are a 2-cylinder, air-cooled, horizontally opposed, so a boxer setup. They have 4 forward gears, which are operated by this heel and toe lever, and they have a reverse gear. Yeah, that's right. They have a mechanical reverse gear, which is operated by this heel toe lever there. And we have our foot brake for the rear brakes on the Ural as well. And speaking of the brakes, Brembo brakes all around on the Ural. And the sidecar has its own hydraulic brake circuit. Yes, the sidecar has its own disc brake there, still a drilled and floating rotor with the Brembo caliper. And when you brake the Ural, it has this nicely designed lever here that it brakes both at once. So you do brake both wheels at once, even though there is a different hydraulic circuit for the sidecar. And then getting to the front brake, I guess I've saved the best for last. This is a massive 4-piston Brembo caliper. So no matter what type of riding you're doing with these bikes, or maybe you're loaded down with a passenger or two and gear, it'll always come to a quick stop, and it's got plenty of brakes to go around. Let's talk about the clutch a little bit. It has a dry clutch. It's not like most other motorcycles that the clutch shares the oil with the engine. It's a dry clutch like a car would have. It's actually a twin plate dry clutch, and twin plate clutches are normally found in high performance applications, and it has a ton of clamping force. So it has a pretty light pull. Even if you just use 2 fingers, it's not too bad, but it's got a ton of clamping force, which is what you want, especially if you load the Ural down or you go off-road. And speaking of off-road, check this out. There's a CV shaft going to the sidecar wheel. So it has on-demand 2-wheel drive. There's a lever just right here that you actuate. And of course, you'd really only use 2-wheel drive on these in maybe snow or like mud, really loose terrain, because it is a locked differential. Once you engage 2-wheel drive at the final drive unit right here, what we're looking at, and it does turn this lever, it's really like a locked differential, so you wouldn't really want to use that on the pavement or something like that. Kind of treating it like a 4x4 truck, if you will. And it has a true 2-in-1 exhaust. Let's take a look at the slate gray here. It has a true 2-in-1 high mount exhaust. So there's tons of ground clearance under the Ural, and it's like a work of art. Look at the welds on the muffler can, even the bracket right here for the muffler. It's just over-engineered. It's super thick. It's got some nice dampening bushings in there. Really everything about these bikes are overbuilt, and it's also like a work of art. It's like a 2-in-1. It's mechanically very tough, very robust. These have been refined so nicely over the years. These are fuel injected as well. As we can see there, the throttle bodies. But they're also like a work of art. Some of the details that these bikes have, you can see the Ural logo there. Even look at the Ural logo in the spark plug lead and in the front engine cover. Just a lot of cool things. When you start looking at these, there'll be some cool things like that that stand out. And they do have a steering stabilizer as standard. I believe there's around 20 points of adjustment on that. So those are nice, so you can dial in how you'd like the steering feedback and dampening to be, whether you're on-road or off-road, or really just tuning it to your preference. Now looking around the sidecar, I'm 6 feet tall, around 6 feet tall, and these are perfectly comfortable. We've had plenty of people over 6 feet say how comfortable they are. There's plenty of room. The sidecar tub is very, very roomy. It's got the nice floor mat in there. There's a fuse box in here as well with a European style outlet and an open circuit ready to be used for maybe more lighting or some sort of exciting accessory. Speaking of exciting accessories, we have a online store, shop.alphacars.com. We have hundreds and hundreds of really cool upgrades for these bikes, as well as factory parts. You just want some oil and a filter to do your oil change, well, we can ship that right to your door. We stock everything Ural, and I believe we're one of, if not the biggest parts store for these bikes in the US. So keep that in mind, shop.alphacars.com, and you can view some really cool built out Urals with a lot of accessories on our YouTube and on our website if you want to check that out. But back to the sidecar. On the gear up, it does have the shovel as standard there. And this is the standard rack on the spare tire, which is very useful. It's got the sort of, I call it deep dish, like a deep dish pizza, but it's got like the raised edges, so you can put a box or things in there. It won't slide off as easily. But over on the slate gray one, this is one of the things we optioned this bike with, which is the Geo heavy duty rear rack. This thing is crazy. It shakes the whole bike. The whole bike is shaking. It's super thick, and it has a bit of a different use, I guess, but it opens up more possibility for some wider luggage, especially if you've got maybe some wider soft luggage. You can just tie it right down and it'll be good to go. And the other difference, which I hope you can see now, is the rear bumper. The slate gray one has a rear bumper and this one does not. So the rear bumper does a great job at protecting the sidecar tub. Maybe you're reversing off-road or just in the garage, wherever you may be. It'll protect your sidecar tub from picking up a dent or something if you might have missed something. And this slate gray one, it does not have the undercoating. We can see it's all just smooth paint. But if we look over on the terracotta metallic, see how it has this textured, almost like bed liner surface? Well, this is a factory chip guard or undercoating that's applied right at the factory, and then the paint's applied over it. And this goes on the full underside of the sidecar tub, as well as inside the sidecar tub, and even on the underside of all the fenders, we can see the textured surface. This does an awesome job preventing damage and rust over time. And this bike does not have any of that protection. It just wasn't optioned with it. So that was the differences of these bikes. Actually, there's one more difference, I'm sorry. This one has the fuel tank storage compartment, and this one does not. So this gray one was optioned with this Geo rack and the bumper. And then this terracotta metallic was optioned with the gas tank storage compartment and the undercoating on all of the sidecar tub and the fenders and such. So that's pretty much the main differences of these bikes. This one we can see it has the tonneau cover installed. These come with the bikes as standard, but I've got this one installed. We can see it. Of course, I'm sure it makes things a little more aerodynamic. I don't think we're thinking about that too much on the Ural, but it also protects the sidecar from, maybe rain or like the sun's UV rays to keep your seat in good shape when you're not using the sidecar. And they do both have a trunk. It is lockable. Kind of takes two hands to open it. But here's the trunk of the Ural. Got the toolkit, which is a vast toolkit, and the owner's manual, which is more like a shop manual. With these two items, you can do almost any service on these bikes. And it does have come with a touch-up paint. So this has the black of like the frame, sort of, and the bumpers, and then also the metallic color there, sorry. And this has the tonneau cover just folded in here at the bottom. And I'll show you under this, it has another sort of sidecar, or it has a rubber mat. Sorry, the words are not coming to me as quick as I'd like them to, but we can see the very nice rubber mats there in the sidecar. Now going back to the bike, what we're gonna do is open up our gas tank storage. It is lockable, which is why I had to grab the key here. So we can open this up, and it's got plenty of room for your phone, wallet, keys. It is watertight. I wouldn't call it waterproof. I don't think they technically say waterproof, but it's got a sealing gasket. And I've actually ridden quite a bit of off-road with a friend who has actually the same color Ural gear up, the Terracotta metallic. He's got some off-road goodies on his. And what I was saying is we've done plenty of off-road, even in the mud, some rain, and he always puts his like phone and wallet in here, and I've never seen any water get in there. That's just me. Your results may vary, but these bikes are really, really capable off-road, and that storage compartment in the gas tank is really cool and convenient. Now let's start one of them up. We can go over, I guess, the handlebar controls, and we'll start it up. So it's pretty much like a motorcycle, like a normal motorcycle. You've got your clutch, your lights, your low beam's always on. This is flash to pass, and then your high beam. You've got your blinkers, horn, parking brake. Motorcycle usually doesn't have a parking brake. So this, which is very substantial, very nice to use. This actuates, there's actually a second caliper on the rear rotor here. And we can see it actuates that second caliper. So the bike is not going anywhere. We've got our front brake, which is a nice Brembo logo right there. And yeah, throttle, as you would expect, throttle, kill switch, that's your electric start. These, which are the driving lights for the sidecar, that waterproof switch operates those. Let's take a look at these just for 1 second. These are standard on the gear up. They come clamped on the front bumper here, but the wiring usually comes on the outside, right from Ural. It's kind of zip tied to the outside. It's not, super pretty. So what we like to do here at Ural of New England, we drill the backside of the bumper, redo the wiring harness so it goes through there. There's also the corrugated grommet protection there, and then it comes out of the back plug and then goes into the sidecar fuse box where it gets its power from. So we're all about the fine details like that here at Ural of New England. We can see how nice it looks now. It looks super clean. You almost don't know where the power is coming from, and it also allows the wiring harness to be protected, especially off-road, because now if you're tagging things off-road, it's not going to hit that harness. But let's turn on our ignition, and we can see this bike has 8 miles on it, and it's in neutral. So all you do is tap the starter. Fuel injection on these new bikes works super well. Like with most engines, they like to be warmed up before they're gonna run, their smoothest and most efficient. But still, the cold start's pretty smooth. And especially with that fuel injection, no matter the fuel quality or the elevation you're at or the temperature, you don't have to fiddle with the carburetor or the chokes or anything. You just hit the starter and you're off. And it does have the high idle to start out, just like your car does. And then once things are up to temperature, the oil pressure is up, things are warming up, it will settle down very smoothly. But I believe that's all I have for you in this video. Like I said, we have a huge selection of these bikes as well as other motorcycles and quality vehicles. So check out our inventory on our website, alphacars.com. And we do offer transportation, so even if you're not local, still reach out and we can go over that process with you. But if you've enjoyed this video, if you've learned something new, please leave a like and make sure to subscribe so then you don't miss out on the latest motoring content.